Good morning. Frustrating day yesterday. A lot of secondary teams, and we'll talk about that. The likes of Sepsi, Firenze. These are the kind of teams you trust on a Sunday. It's a different coupon to a Saturday. You'll notice that as the season progresses. Live chat webinars next week. You'll notice Saturday will be more readable, more familiar names. Sunday, we have different leagues from throughout Europe. Czech League, for example, Croatian. And then you'll have the mid-table sides in the Croatian League like Šibenik. It just gets very niggly. But let's have a look at yesterday. Very strong favourite Sparta Rotterdam, early season, so not necessarily a lay the draw there. But you saw limping across the line, Ajax and Utrecht, probably because I think Ajax European club competition. So work our way through yesterday. Austrian Bundesliga. Well, consideration to lay the draw here, but I think this is part of the frustration from yesterday. Writing was on the wall. As soon as you get involved, suddenly the in-play stats dry up for Rapid Vienna. We're talking mostly shots on target, only the two. This is second half, no shots off, 8 corners to 0. So this is luring you in to expect Rapid Vienna to cross the line. And don't forget, when you've laid the draw second half and it's not going your way, you've always got an exit point. A third of liability is loss. Okay. So if my liability is £40, my first exit point would be 13. At least you'll get 2/3 of your liability back. It's just when things aren't going your way like this. As you can see, elsewhere, Austria Vienna really took advantage of the red card. So work our way down. Belgian Jupiler League, anything doing there yesterday? Not really. I couldn't really see anything strong. But arguably, we could have gone for this Genk Club Brugge 2-0 lead for Club Brugge, just based on the fact that these are two big sides from last season. Also, I think Genk, prior to this, without a win in 2 Jupiler League matches, so getting a bit desperate. So arguably, it's a low entry point, taking on Club Brugge 2-0 up. Charleroi Antwerp, absolutely superb, and Club Cercle Brugge as well. Market getting those two spot on. And you note Beerschot, newly promoted, struggling yesterday as well. To work our way down. Next on the list, Croatian HNL 1 League. Again, this is what I'm talking about yesterday. The likes of Varazdin, Lokomotiv Zagreb, Osijek. Sides you're not that familiar with ordinarily. So making it very tough to trust. In the Czech 1 League, Paulsen and Karvina, well, another emphatic performance. Baník Ostrava, well, at least we did lay the draw second half in this one. And we did get the goal. 91st minute from Arererism. For saying that with your false teeth in. Arererism, there is only one, thankfully. Arererism, the mighty Arererism. So that was a lay the draw second half based on the red card. So thankfully that one came in. Trip laid the late draw here for Nordland, primarily because they just kept going until the end. Stats wise, odds on favourite as well. Look at this one-way traffic. Second half as well, 6 shots on target, 5 off, 10 corners. That's excellent. Laying late on, very, very low liability, but a really good return if you can get that late goal. Potential 10-1 return. So keep your liabilities low there. Copenhagen, again, delivering. Wayne Rooney, Football Genius's first match, and it was all over the place. Sheffield Wednesday doing most of the damage down the right-hand side, and that couldn't be staved off by Wayne Rooney, Football Genius. Good stuff from Sheffield Wednesday. These two were both in relegation trouble last season. Looks like Wayne Rooney, Football Genius, is going to have his work cut out. at Plymouth. This probably not the right man for the job. He doesn't really have any managerial markers or achievements to his name, apart from a couple of relegations. So I don't think he's a good fit for a relegation-threatened Plymouth. This was probably playable yesterday if Lyon had scored first. With 1 week to the start of the Premier League, you can bet you're going to see a near first 11, particularly in a sold-out Emirates. The frustrations continued yesterday. There's a very strong Ilves scoring first. And I suppose, well, KUPS, I would have been favouring them yesterday, but a really good performance from Hacker to bring this back to 2-2. I wouldn't have foreseen that. So no real trading for me. I would be solidly on the side of KUPS, likely champions this season. Bundesliga 2 yesterday, not much doing. I couldn't see anything of interest there. Well, to compound the frustrations yesterday, I did call this Galway equaliser. If you read the research, no win in 11 away for St. Pat's. Galway scoring, I think, unbeaten in 7 at home or something like that. So, as luck would have it, as soon as I sent the message, the goal arrived. Just bad timing on my part. It could have been a very useful profit to have yesterday. Coppa Italia, again, the odds-on favourites tending to deliver. Well, at least Torino, but not quite Parma. This was another one I really should have passed on. Would have been a great return. But it's just my lack of interest, really, in the league. The red card, I think, was a catalyst for change here. Quite simply, we've got a side leading 3-2 already, having conceded 2 goals. Note that. Red carded. So why not lay them? Wouldn't you know it, we get a 3-3. And why not lay that 3-3 late on? Why? Because you're playing 10 men and you've already scored 3 goals against 11 men. So that's a real disappointment. That would have been a very nice profit maker yesterday. I don't know why I didn't pass it on. It was low risk because we're getting involved late on in the match. That's the kind of thing which can really turn your fortunes. This was typical of a frustrating day. 2.3 the favourite, 2.3 the favourite, 2.45 the favourite. Really not a coupon you want to get fixated with. Mid-table sides of no great interest. That's just what we were tackling yesterday. It's just the rub of the green. I'm sure we'll get Sundays where everything clicks. Just not quite yesterday. Just a poor coupon throughout. Difficult to unpack. Moving to Portugal, and we ended the day on another frustration despite, well, I thought Benfica did get a goal, but they didn't. All around, again, a bit like Rapid Vienna, as soon as you get involved, they turn off the shot stats, Benfica. They're not involved in Europe. I thought the underperformance was down to possible European club competition, but no, I checked that. They're not involved. Second half, just a 1 shot on target, 4 off, and 6 corners to nil again. Tempted in by the corner count, but they got done late on by a 2-0, which pretty much compounded yesterday's frustrations. They will pay us back. Just be patient. They've got to start winning now, Benfica. Braga and Estrella. Did Estrella score first? No, Braga scored first, so that wouldn't have been a play yesterday there. Torrenzo and Firenze, this is what I'm talking about. These are the kind of teams you have to face. Firenze, Moreirense, mid-table mediocrity, Estoril Santa Clara. This is typical Sunday fare. A red card for the favourite against the underdog. And again, they started coming alive late on, 77th minute goal. And the draw odds would have increased to about 10s. That's why you target red carded draws, because the returns can be excellent. If they score, of course, unlike Rapid Vienna. So that was about it yesterday. Scottish Premier League, no real concerns. Kilmarnock, we dodged a bullet there yesterday. They conceded first against St Johnstone. That's where my interest started, but then got the red card and St Johnstone took advantage of the red. So thankfully Kilmarnock didn't turn up early on, and I was watching and thankfully delayed enough to be put off by the red card. Swedish Allsvenskan, not much going on there yesterday either. Couldn't see any angles at all. So all in all, a frustrating day yesterday. We did lay Basel against Servette, but I think Servette involved in Europe, that could have been their distraction yesterday. A few Desmond Tutus as well, but I didn't really have a look at those. We could have profited well from those, particularly the Volendam one, the 3-3 late on. Besiktas getting the win, as you'd expect, really. Ayopspor, Turkish Yorkshiremen, will be delighted with their opening salvo in the top flight. Did actually score first. Could be vulnerable this season, Ayopspor, so watch out for that. Oh, on to today. And what is the dominant competition today? Let's have a look. It's just a mishmash today. That's why I like to take a Monday off. It tends to be, like Sunday, a lot of teams you don't really want to get involved in. We've got two newly promoted sides in the English Championship, newly relegated sides in the English Championship, sorry. So that's going to be a very tricky encounter to unpack. The stats, well, one win in the last 5 home games against Burnley for Luton. They're going to have to overcome that. Portuguese Primeira Liga, again, 2 of the lesser lights, 2.37 the favourite, top 7 from last season. But 5th place Guimarães, that's a good result, 5th, considering you've got the likes of Sporting Lisbon, Benfica, Porto and Braga in the top 4. So an excellent season for Guimarães, but it's a tough match. It's the opening match of the season, very tough to call. Bodrum and Gaziantepspor, 4th in the Turkish 1 League for Bodrum, 11th from last season for Gaz. We've got a newly promoted side, could be vulnerable. Rizespor and Istanbul Başakşehirspor, 6 defeats for Basak away against the top 10 last season, playing 9th from last season. Against 4th place for Başakşehirspor is very good, considering you've got Trabzonspor, Besiktas, Fenerbahce and Galatasaray as your opponents. So they could be good this season, Başakşehirspor. Viborg and AAB newly promoted, so could be vulnerable today. But Varberg have conceded 3 goals in their 3 matches, in each of their 3 matches. So the market's putting this one up as a redemption match for Viborg against a newly promoted side to get their first win of the season. Is that going to be the case? Well, we'll soon find out at 6 o'clock. Veikkausliiga, SJK against VPS. Only 4 defeats all season for SJK. Favoured today. Only 1 home loss. Unbeaten in 3 at home. Ticking all the right boxes. 3 consecutive away defeats for VPS. So I would be solidly with SJK today. Polish Ekstraklasa, Piaskowice against Katowice. 10th against 2nd from last season. So you'd be favouring Katowice if they can return to something like last season's form. Lost their 2 home matches and won 1 away against Stal Millwall. Katowice yet to score that 2nd goal. In the Allsvenskan, Hammarby 3rd against 9th. If Bromma concede 2 goals at home against the top 3, then away from home, they should be equally as vulnerable. That's my argument there. Athlone against Wexford, 2nd against 6th. Wexford can beat the top 5 away this season, but have already conceded 5 goals in 2 matches against Athlone. Head-to-heads are firmly with Athlone. 3-0 home win and 2-2 away. So it's a mishmash today. Probably not going to be hearing from me. I like to take a day off. I gave you a lot yesterday, even though it was a frustrating day. If you fancy the tennis, we're getting nearer to the US Open, and we're still going to get some more hard-court tennis under our belts, as you can see here, Cincinnati. So watch out for some big names turning up in the men's and women's over hard in US and Canada. Hilary Dart, for example, you can see her in Cincinnati. Chloe Paquet, usual. Naomi Osaka as well, has been putting together some solid performances, but not wholly reliable just yet. Have a great day today. It's my day off today. Frustrating yesterday, but that's typical of a Sunday. and you're going to be used to more of that, as I'll show you in an upcoming Sunday. Although we will have Italian Serie A, Spanish La Liga to add a little bit of quality to future Sunday coupons. Next Sunday, for example, Premier League returns. French Ligue 1 returns. We didn't have any of this yesterday. Serie A returns. La Liga, this is more like it, isn't it? So hopefully the frustrations of yesterday will dissipate next week when we've got some high quality elite league football to keep us company. And we've got the German DBF Pokal, which is the precursor to the start of the Bundesliga season, which will probably be the Sunday or Saturday after. So a far better coupon next Sunday, isn't it? With the return of the Premier League, French Ligue 1, Italian Serie A, Spanish La Liga, what I term elite leagues. We had none of those in yesterday's frustrating coupon. Have a great day. I'll speak to you again tomorrow. And it is, don't forget, Champions League second legs, Europa League second legs, Europa Conference League second legs. So we've got a handle in from the first leg results. It's important that we know first leg results. We now know that Apple must score the first 2 goals. Have a great Monday. I'll see you again tomorrow.